So we have High Money Ransom and Looks and Style and the Green Members Only show. So I want to say thank you so much for coming back out and blessing us with your story and another special performance. So I always like to ask my guests, where did the name come from and why did you decide to name yourself High Money Ransom?
Okay, so the interesting story. So my name was actually created off of an older guy who I kind of modeled my image off of when I was coming up in the rap game early. He had this real cool name, and I was really into rappers with a name that sounded like a real name, like 3 names. So he had this dope street name, and I'm following this dude. So when I started to rap and actually started to make music, me and my brother, we were actually working as like an underground bootleg DVD and CD company. Yeah, so like the people who would actually buy DVDs and movies on the street, we would sell them to them. And we in this warehouse with smack DVDs and unlimited amounts of music. So I just really started to take music serious. And somehow my brother it was just something about, he just kept calling me Money as a reflection of the older guy who I was kind of modeling myself off of. So I kind of just threw the high in there, and we created Ransom as almost like the last name for it, but it's also like the nickname that I go by most of the people that know me. So that's basically how I ended up coming up with that name.
Oh wow, okay, so you've been doing this for a little while now. Can you tell us about how long you've been doing this? Because you said DVDs, and
right.
So I already know what that means.
Right.
So about how long have you been doing music?
I've probably been rapping since I was probably like 12 years old. I actually started making music serious and putting myself out there as an artist probably around 19 years old. I've been roughly doing this for about 15 years. So seriously, I've worked with unlimited amounts of artists. I've ghostwritten for artists. I've ghostwritten for labels. Most recently, I did some amazing work with Natalia Damani from Concord Entertainment, and that went very well. So I've been on the scene for a long time, and a lot of people are familiar with the face because I've done everything from battle rapping on guerrilla warfare. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with the battle rap scene, but I was one of those guys running around. Me and Saint, we was those guys running around challenging people, battling all over the city, trying to put a name out for ourselves.
So you've been doing it for quite some time. Do you mind telling us how old you are?
No worries, I'm actually 36.
All right, 36. So what type of style of music would you say that you have, or is it, do you have a style?
Storytelling, for sure. It's definitely storytelling. It could be conscious, it could be, I tap in a little bit with the R&B. We can take it street, and mostly when I'm actually working with other artists, I'm able to kind of tap into these other realms. So as far as what I like to do is storytelling, but I like to view myself as one of the most diverse artists you'll probably ever meet.
I like that. All right. So you said R&B. Do you sing, or are you just a writer and rapper?
Just write, but Saint, he can vouch. I've written some amazing music that we're about to put out on the R&B side. We've even tried to tap into doing something along the lines of house music. So we just tamper with everything. Working with Saint, anybody who knows Saint knows he just has unlimited amounts of music. So whenever I have a creative idea, it's incredible to have a place I can go to where I know there's something to help kind of teeter to that idea.
So, is there anything that you would like the people to know that you do that they may not know through your music?
Well, as of recently, I've started doing outreach work. I've started working in the community in which I grew up in. I'm from the Jeffrey Manor. We started to work on building mediations and non-aggression agreements between the two sides. This award has been going on for about 25 years. So I implemented myself into the program once it was presented to me, and I was able to sit down in a room just like this with a lot of people who I would never ever thought I would actually be able to be cordial with. And it's kind of trickling down to the younger generation. So we're getting some of the younger guys involved as well, and it's actually putting some money in some of these younger guys' pockets, giving them an actual choice. You want to either slide or you want to get a few dollars for actually some of the things you've been through, some of the traumas that you've actually been through. So if you actually know anyone, anyone 18 years and younger, and they've actually been conflicted by any form of gang violence or anything like that, I will leave my information here, because this program is open to providing all type of resources for the youth.
Yes, thank you so much, because we definitely need that in our communities, for sure, all over. So can you tell us where we can find your music, that particular program that you were talking about, and where we can find you on social media? Spell your name and all that good stuff for us.
I got you. So yeah, I passed the mic too soon. So that's Lupencia Family Services. That's where that's what I'm working through. That's where we received the grant, and that's who's actually giving us the opportunity to go back into these neighborhoods. And it's actually powered by a company actually called Aclivis as well. So through that we are helping families heal. And as far as following me, I'm High Money Ransom, HIMONEY RANSUM on all digital platforms.
Yes, I'm excited, y'all. So stay tuned, because it's about to go down. All right, Green Members? Yes, yes, yes.